We're less than a month away from the Democratic presidential primary with no clear frontrunner. In the 2016 primary, less than half of Pinellas and Hillsborough residents were registered to vote, and less than half of those people actually voted. Police say the Florida A&M student had a gun and then pushed an officer. With 12 of their last 18 games at home, the Bolts picked a great time to drop the prices. Your traditional sports like baseball or soccer or cycling. The Bucks roll into Sunday standing 3 games out of the wild card. And if they were to make it, they'd have to climb over 3 teams in just 4 games. But despite their not so great odds, they believe if they keep winning, they can keep the dream alive. As you can see, the scene is now clear and the police have named a suspect. The St. Pete City Council is considering a new proposal this week that would bring in $20 million for affordable housing. Reporter Kaylin Alvarez explains where this money's coming from. Today, officials from Pinellas County are meeting with Coca-Cola to figure out what happens to nearly 200 workers when the plant shuts down. This spring break, the Department of Parks and Rec is keeping some centers open until midnight. Reporter Logan Semigram explains where you can drop your child off for free. Lakeland is the 5th most dangerous city for pedestrians in the entire country. Reporter Logan Semigram shows us what the Florida Department of Transportation is doing to keep people safe.
White supremacy has got to go!
Students at the Tampa campus responded to calls from across the state to demand justice for Jamie Johnson. The 22-year-old was shot to death during a traffic stop in Jacksonville 2 months ago.
We see a problem and we want University of South Florida to address that. We want police departments to address this.
Police say the Florida A&M student had a gun and then pushed an officer. They also said their body cameras didn't show anything because they were dislodged during a fight with Johnson. Reporting for Florida Focus, I'm Tommy McTague. Skateboarding isn't just a sport, it's a community. When the community heard they were joining the Olympics, many were not happy. Some even went as far to say as it's not even a real sport. Luckily, not everybody feels this way.
Well, they can still hold on to what they love, which is skateboarding. Skateboarding's not going anywhere. It's just getting bigger.
Your traditional sports like baseball or soccer or cycling. They're all just sports. Skateboarding is more than that. It's an art form, and that's why so many skaters are excited.
We definitely think it's going to add more respect to skateboarding, and people will respect more people that just skateboard on the streets, because I think that right now there's a pretty biased opinion with the public.
Skateboarding has held a bad reputation in the public eye for decades. Many have looked at skaters as rebellious, oftentimes inferior.
I feel like a lot of people didn't understand it, and especially back before social media and internet was a thing, it just seemed like it was loud and a bunch of noise being made, so people really didn't understand it.
On the contrary, people within the community have experienced a positive and inclusive nature, quite the opposite of a rebellious crew. Reporting for Florida Focus, I'm Tommy McTague.